Hello, this is me, Max the Technomancer. Here doing EU4's Lubeck, continuing on to try and, with our goal of form Germany as Lubeck. We're slowly getting closer, very slowly. But, I mean, there's like a lot of provinces we're still missing. Also, we have to get to quite a high administrative tech level, but yeah. So we have to, like, attack. We're gonna have to attack in Bohemia and probably Pomerania and all these people, but today I'm thinking more about Brandenburg. Now, I'm gonna start building a spy network in Brandenburg. I'm also going to detach one of my mercenary regiments here, and I'm going to replace them with a type of unit we've recently invented, the mortar. The mortars and artillery help you siege provinces faster. They also are helpful in combat, but yeah. Let's see, there's this whole combat system about combat width, where that number is currently 24 and it changes with tech and stuff. And the maximum number of infantry that will help you in a battle is your combat width. And after that, they're less useful. Like, they'll only help once the ones currently in the battle die, and they'll take their place. So it's not so great. Horsemen, I don't really understand their role. You're supposed to have like a lot at the start and then fewer as the game goes on, I think. And then artillery, if there's any free space in the combat width, they'll attack from the front. But if they can't, they can actually attack when even if the combat width is full of infantry, they can still attack. But if they're not in the front, they'll do half as much damage. But you can, do extra damage with them. But more importantly, they're helpful for doing sieges. Very helpful. Last episode we went Protestant and converted everything up. We helped Sweden and Norway win independence from Denmark. And I think we did some conquering over here. Can't even remember. Strangely enough. Oh yes. So, actually, it might be better if I didn't attack them, Brandenburg, directly, but instead attacked these people? Right? Because that way the political situation is such that I end up with fewer enemies, so it'll be... Either way, I have to fight both Brandenburg and Dithmarschen, but if I attack Brandenburg, I also have to fight Magdeburg, which I'm not so worried about, but still. Rather not have to. That is more than I have people than I have to. Or to win the war. Now, it's very important that I be able to call in allies, so being able to call in Sweden would be very good. And that's what I intend to do. I'm gonna try and be a little more friendly with the Emperor. They still haven't managed to pass a single reform as well, which is quite weird. Normally they get one or two by now. What's this now? This is... okay. I think I like this one. So I now have 100 church power, so I can spend 100 of it to pick one of these buffs, which I get to keep through the whole game. I can have up to 3 buffs at a time, and I can swap any of them out at the cost of 100 church power as well. So my first buff will be what? There's all sorts of them. Ones that help you get tech up faster, or at least get more ideas faster. Ones that are more trade-based, unrest-based. This one's if you're doing a tall game, I think. Not the first 3. Holy Sacrament sounds kind of good. I'm not doing a colonization, so I don't need this. Don't really need that. I think translated Bibles, I think, is good. So, I think translated Bibles allow usury and Holy Sacraments, but I'm not sure if I should replace usury with idea cost. I think I'm going to get the idea cost instead. Actually, it's only 5%, which one idea is 400, so that's only, yeah, that's not a ton. That's only 20 power saved, so yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to get the usury first. Okay, it's a buff gotten. Oh, what's this then? Ah, technology. A better military. Indeed. Oh, this. Yes. I'm gonna do it. At some point, all the Catholic states in the Empire are gonna go to war with all the non-Catholic states. So like the Protestant Reformed ones, but hopefully before that happens, I won't be the only there'll be a lot more Reformed and Protestant nations in here, so that'll be a fair fight. It's the hope, anyways. Alright, so I'm actually going to call on pretty much all my allies. So let's see, Gelry, Friesland, Brabant, Sweden, yeah, let's call them all in. Because I want to win this quite thoroughly. Now, the problem is I only have one army and I basically have 2 fronts. So that's why I need so many allies, so we can cover everything at once. How did they go through? I don't quite understand how they went to Holstein from that fort. Don't quite understand. Yeah, the rules of forts when when you've got weird shaped terrain and there's lots of other nations nearby are kind of weird. I don't fully understand them either. I think it was because they could technically march through Dithmarsh. No, I don't understand that at all. I guess because there's a fort in Dithmarschen, which allows them to go through. I don't know. Maybe this fort, because that would have covered this area, sort of they nullify each other? I don't know. I really don't. Either way, this war is going quite well. Especially since I called in Sweden. By the way, at some point I am fully expecting Sweden to conquer Denmark if I don't first, and maybe Norway too, and just form Scandinavia. Because if one of these 3 nations conquers all of these, all 3 of them are united under one, then they can form the nation of Scandinavia. And the enemies are defeated. Give me that. Give me all your money. And should release Anhalt and yeah. And now your alliance. none of my allies want to take anything off Brandenburg, apparently. Interestingly enough. And over here, take this. No, none of my allies want to do that, apparently. In fact, they quite like that. Annul your alliance. Ah, I want them to be Protestant, so that when the big war comes between the Protestant and the non-Protestant nations in the Holy Roman Empire, yeah. And also, that way if I conquer the rest of their provinces later, they'll have already converted to Protestant, so I don't have to. So that's good as well. I'm going to humiliate them, make them change their religion, make them annul their alliances, take one of their provinces, and make them release, I guess, Bremen as well. I could just make them release all this stuff. I can destroy them. In which case, they will be fully annexed, and there's no point forcing their religion. Yes, they're gone. No, Saxony, I'm not giving it back. Why would I give that back? Wait, these new provinces are really angry at me. Really angry. Oh, Poland's Protestant. We're heading that way. Wait, what? What? Lithuania is Orthodox, but required to be Catholic. I don't really know what's going on over there. Okay. Yeah, the Emperor really hates me. Like, really hates me. It's quite insane. Also, I need to slow down on the conquering, because you see this aggressive expansion opinion, -43? If it hits -50, a nation can join a coalition against me. If too many do so, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So I need to, like, slow down on the conquering, and let everybody calm down and forget the fact that I'm a bloodthirsty monster. That's basically how it goes. Oh, the Center of Reformation, converting the religion of the provinces near me, even if they aren't mine. That means if I conquer someone else, it's quite possible that even if they're Catholic, it's quite possible the Center of Reformation will have converted them already for me. Which is great. Oh, next aspect of faith. I'm going for the reduced unrest. Oh, next institution. Go. See, we're doing well. I released Verdun in the peace deal, and they've just been conquered by their peasants, so I guess they just want lower taxes? I think that's it. And now the one of the nations I released is now allied with Brandenburg. Really? Really? That's just the irony there. I should take offense at that. Because I freed them, I've got an alliance, not an alliance, a peace deal with them for a while. Now Denmark has built up a lot of I should embargo them back because they're arguing me. Embargoing me, not arguing me. They're built up an alliance with some people. That's not good for me. I'm up to 20 people I can have in my forces. More artillery! Go! I think I've hit the limit on the number of states I can have, so I'm not allowed to make these newly conquered territories into states anymore, and that means that they're stuck at a minimum of 75% of autonomy. So I can unlock more states with administrative tech, and also my current idea tree, when finished, will give me 5 more states allowed, so that's good as well. Whoa, what is this? Oh, more mercenaries. Oh dear, what's this here? This is not good. Either I have to fight up 17 religious regiments, or lose some church power, and yeah. I can defeat 17 regiments. Even if they do have a general. Why did they get a general? Boy, why are we... How do we lose this battle? How? Oh dear. Yeah, the whole... Soon there's going to be a war between the Catholic nations and the non-Catholic ones is heating up. Alright, I'm gonna join. The war hasn't started yet. I need to go kill the Catholics. We need to go kill the Catholics. And I've lost that battle again. This is not good. They're teleporting. Because they're teleporting to my capital. I love it. How are they so much better? This isn't... What are the... Let's see. Rebellions. Ah. Convert Lubeck. They're just enemies. We've had elections. Give me a better general. It's a marginally better general. Not a very much better general. Come on, this time we're gonna win. Yes, we won. Good. I can go retake my province. There. Okay. Spending a lot of money regrouping our men. It's fine. I need a new rival. Not Norway, because they're friends with Sweden and I want to keep good relations. Although apparently Norway does not like me. Teutonic Order, I do not want to really get involved there. Bohemia is pretty strong. Bohemia is actually really very strong. They've been taking advantages of the people I'm weakening. Saxony is the Emperor. Bad choice. Them. I guess the Pope. We're gonna go kill the Pope. Everybody, have fun. We're gonna enjoy that. Great. I'm not gonna become defender of the Protestant faith. Thank you very much. Yeah, once the new religions spring up, it really is pretty much impossible for the Emperor to pass the reforms, because every prince every member of the Empire that's not Catholic reduces imperial authority regularly. So at this point, there's no chance of any reforms getting passed. Right. Oh, next religious bit. What's the last bit? Let's see. Discipline. Holy sacraments. There we go. We're against Utrecht and Munster. I'm fine with this. How do I get over there? It sort of seems like they're retreating in my direction, so... Okay, I'll go through Brunswick. Okay, we'll just do this. Let's go fight a battle and win. There, go attack Munster. Oh, new draperies. How fancy, arrogant. Oh, Reformed has been invented in Switzerland. So now there's two heretic religions against Christianity springing up. So good. That'll make it harder for... That'll make it more people on the side of the non-Catholic members of the Holy Roman Empire. Because that war is going to come. And I've got to hope that certain people like Bohemia join it on our side. And they're trapped again. Okay. They apparently are allowed to march through Hoya for no apparent reason. Don't understand the rules of troop movement at all. Oh, we're still at war with Utrecht. I didn't even notice. Oh. Yep, Utrecht doesn't exist anymore. Jewelry is growing. Well, I'm going to episode there. Next episode, I'm not sure what the goal next episode is going to be. People are calming down now about the rest of expansion, so... I don't know. Might even be... Denmark's got a lot of allies right now, so not them. Pomerania is allied with Lithuania and Poland, so not them. Bohemia is strong in their own right. Although winning a war against them would be very fancy. Very fancy. Although, it might be a while before... Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm going to end the episode here. Goodbye.